it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is day 23 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. So today's sketch comes from Jessica Michaels, and it is a super cute, very summer themed layout. And I'm going to do spring break actually of last year. So I have a picture of us at Disneyland. We are at the Haunted Mansion, and it is me and my kids. Well, it's me and Julianne, and then Lucas is totally photobombing us. Now, in the background, there is this like kind of old-fashioned mirror, and so I was like, oh, I need to go grab one of the frames from the Cut to You shop. So I will link that down below if it is still in the shop. And instead of a big ice cream piece, I am going to do this basically frame. And so I have this background paper. It is from Echo Park, and it's kind of khaki with black stars on it. And in the sketch, there is some, it could be strips of paper. They're very thin on each side. So I'm actually going to read them as washi tape. Now, I don't dig into my washi tape too often, so kind of excited to use some washi tape. So I wasn't going to bring a ton of color into this layout because there's not a ton of color in the photo. So I grabbed some washi tape that is glitter, and it's gold with silver polka dots. So at this point, I wasn't sure if I was going to do gold or silver, and putting these on each side gave me the option to go one way or the other. So I have my photo, I have my cut file, I have my washi tape down. So I'm going to back my photo, and I'm thinking I was going to use this yellow paper, and I was like, no, it's too much. So I went into my tissue paper stash, and I pulled out some gold, and I was like, it's close enough to the washi tape that I have used. So I'm going to go ahead and map my photo in that, and I'm using these amazing scissors that my friend Sharon got me, and they're so big. I love them. They're super comfortable. I don't think I could ever fussy cut with them, but any other cutting I can totally do. So I'm going to go and put my photo on an angle like you see the photo strip in the sketch. Obviously, I'm just using one. And then I'm going to add a couple of embellishments. So first I'm going to add what do they call them? Decorative clips. So this is from Carpe Diem Say Cheese 3. And it's just a ticket, and it says admit one. And I knew I wanted to use that, and I think that's why initially my eye was drawn towards the yellow paper, even though it was too much. And then I have this fun acrylic piece from Scrap and Ink Crafts, and a large padded applique from Scrap and Ink Crafts. And then I also have 2 die cuts that I die cut out of black cardstock as well. Same black cardstock that I used for the cut file. Do I have them still on my desk? Let me look. I do. Okay, so the key with Mickey is called Mickey Key. And the other one is Haunted Pattern. So I cut those out. I'm going to put those on the side of my photo, and then I'm going to grab one of my favorite products from Scrap and Ink Crafts, Pixie Dust. And this one is called Haunted Mansion. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do every scallop of the frame or every other. So I start out with every other, and I do like how that works. I am looking at it and thinking, do I want to go ahead and do every bit? I think it will actually be too much. So I'd love to know what you think in the comments. Do you think it would be too much if I put the pixie dust on all of the scallops? So what I did is I created basically a faux shaker pocket. So you just apply glue to your scrapbook page. You pat down the pixie dust and let it dry, and then you shake off the extra. And it's a shaker, not in a shaker, so obviously it's not going to shake, but it gets the idea. And honestly, it's so much easier, and it actually gives you a little bit more texture, I feel like. So now that I have those down, this is where I'm going to take all of the extra off and just put it back into my dish. Now, a couple of them get stuck underneath like my photo and my die cuts and that type of thing. So that's why I flipped it over. And then what else am I going to do? I know I add a couple of dollops of Nouveau Deluxe to kind of scatter a couple of extra bits and pieces of the pixie dust. Oh, I'm going to do my title. So her title is on the bottom, and I really wanted to use the stamp set Haunted Alphabet from the Scraps and Ink Crafts. And so I'm going to spell out ooh, which obviously looks like what we are saying in the picture. So it comes with an uppercase and a lowercase, which is super cool, and an ampersand and a semicolon. There's no exclamation point, but you could totally flip over the I or even the J and make an exclamation point. So I grab an uppercase and a lowercase O, and then I went with an uppercase H, and I'm going to stamp that on top of one of the scallops. Now, all of a sudden I had this really weird feeling that that's not how you spell that. So I put it down and I Googled it, and it's right. So I went ahead and stamped it. And now I'm going to do the scattering of the pixie dust. And then I'm going to show you that I'm all done. And then I remembered that I had my sparkle gems. I had 4 sparkle gems in a white and a black that I wanted to get on this layout. But when I started working on the faux shaker pockets, I pushed them off and forgot about them. So that being said, I realized it before I took the pictures. So in the close-up pictures, you will actually see that they made it back on, which it definitely needed. So that is my layout for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I will leave links to Jessica's channel, as well as the Scrap and Ink Crafts Etsy shop in case you need any of these wonderful products. And that is going to do it for me today. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I love to chat with you. If you play along, please tag Jessica, and remember to wear your crown.